Hey everyone, happy August. I hope you had a great July. I hope you watched good movies. I hope you picked up some great stuff. Whatever you did watch, let me know down below what you liked. So in this video, I'm going to be going over the stuff I picked up over the course of July, but I'm not going to show everything. And on this channel, I'm not going to be showing hauls of every movie I get because it feels like it might be too overwhelming for me sometimes. They could be pretty large. So instead, I'm going to show notable ones. If I don't have much to say about the movie, I'm not really going to show it. So there's stuff I'm excited that I got that I'm going to be watching, stuff I did watch, what I thought of it, things like that. So yeah, let's dive on into it. Okay, so first I'm going to show 4 Criterion titles. Picked up considerably more than that, but over somewhere up here, I'm going to put my Instagram there, and I post like everything I get on Instagram. So that's a good place to follow me if you want to see everything I get. But for the purpose of this, I'm going to point out 4 Criterion I'm excited for or that I've seen. And starting with Alfred Hitchcock's Foreign Correspondent. So I have not seen all Hitchcock, but I loved everything I have seen of Hitchcock, and I know this is kind of a key one to see, so I'm very excited for this. Picked this up at the end of the sale, and I'm looking forward to it. I have kind of a blind spot for a lot of the 30s, 40s Hitchcock for the most part. I'm more familiar with the more late 40s into the 50s Hitchcock. That's more what I know. So looking forward to this one. Now for the next one, Something Wild. This was just kind of a blind purchase, but several people on Instagram said this is pretty great. The cast is fantastic. Who do we got? Melanie Griffith, Jeff Daniels, Ray Liotta. I mean, those are good people. The plot sounds really good, so I'm looking forward to this. This is going to be pretty high up in my watch list for Criterion. Next up is one I did watch, and that is Deep Cover, starring Lawrence Fishburne and Jeff Goldblum. I really, really liked this. So the performances are really good. Lawrence Fishburne, Jeff Goldblum, excellent. The editing style, though, I'm going to put a couple of things in this video to show what I mean, but the editing is freaking weird. That's one of the things that I wasn't crazy on in this movie, so I'm going to leave that right now. Motherfucker! We gotta kill him. Okay, so now you saw the main one. I posted this on my Instagram, but that's pretty wild editing. There's some weird cuts in this movie, but overall, I really dug it. The acting is what took it over the top. Excellent watch, I think. So now the last notable Criterion title would be Kiss Me Deadly, which is a 1955 noir movie about a guy that picks up a hitchhiker that she ends up dying pretty quickly, and it's him trying to uncover what happened. Can't really say too much about it because, I mean, these type of movies are all about the mystery, but this was a really good watch. Definitely worth it. So when the November sale comes around, I recommend this one. This is not one that's talked about all that much. Future Tim, who was editing the videos, cutting in because I kind of forgot 2 titles that I want to mention. The first, if I could hold it correctly here, would be The Monster Collection. I wanted to mention this and kind of forgot to grab it and put it in the pile. But this is 2 separate documentaries that is all about monsters in movies, and started the one and it was really good. So if you're into special effects, monster movies, definitely check this one out. And the other one, let me just put that down. The other one, I loved this one. That is Operation Petticoat. This stars Cary Grant and Tony Curtis, and it what is it, 1959. This is a World War II movie that is fun as hell. Oh my god. So you have Cary Grant is in charge of the submarine that everything that can go wrong does go wrong, and he's trying to keep it all together. It is great. Tony Curtis plays the what is he? He's a lieutenant of some sort, and he is not fit for the Navy, but he's there, and it's just, oh my god, it's funny. There is so many laughs. This is a great, great movie. I'm very, very happy with this one. So now I'll let it get back to Tim, who previously recorded this, and continue on. Okay, so now that we finished with the 4 Criterion, I'm going to show a 4K one that is so beyond worth it, and that is Willy Wonka. So this came out, I believe this came out at the end of June, and I picked it up in the very beginning of July. This is such a fantastic transfer. I mean, it looks gorgeous, and the movie is incredible. I can't imagine I really need to say too much about Willy Wonka. You probably already know, but this is absolutely phenomenal. I cannot recommend this 4K title enough. So next up, I have 5 Paramount Presents titles, and I cannot possibly recommend Paramount Presents enough. I absolutely love their releases. They are awesome. Great picture quality, tons of first-time on Blu-ray releases, all 4K scans or even 6K scans with some. Incredible. I love them. So here I have releases 17 through 21, which is up to current. I have first up Mommy Dearest. I have not seen this yet, but Stephanie at Movie Chatter has been absolutely raving about how good this movie is. I specifically wanted to mention this. Looking forward to this one. Next up, because I specifically wanted to point out the Paramount Presents, I don't know anything really about Last Train from Gun Hill, but again, I pick up the whole line. And this is actually this is a 6K film transfer. That's pretty cool. And the inside artwork for that one. Then we got, these are 2 I was super excited for. I already had the first one, but the second one is first time on Blu-ray. And that is both 48-hour movies. I really, really enjoyed these movies. These are good buddy cop type movies. Very enjoyable. First time on Blu-ray here. This got a re-release. I'm very, very excited for these ones. I didn't get to rewatching them yet, but I think I'm waiting for kind of like that moment where I could just watch both back to back. So I need a good solid like 4 hours of time, but very much so. Awesome pickups. And the last Paramount Presents one is number 21, catching me up to current. It is Almost Famous, which is absolutely stacked with features. I haven't seen this. This is a blind spot for me, a major movie. Haven't gotten around to seeing. But again, Stephanie at Movie Chatter, along with some other YouTube people, have been just raving about this movie. I got to get around to it. I was picking it up regardless because Paramount Presents, but I'm looking forward to it. I mean, the cast is really good. The synopsis is good. I like music movies, so I'm for it. Next 2 are Steelbooks, and I have seen them both. We have A Quiet Place from Best Buy. I just watched this, what would it be, 2 nights ago. I enjoyed it quite a bit. It is lacking a little bit of compared to the first, but I think part of that is because we already know about the creatures and we know about the world going in. So some of that suspense is kind of missing from this one. But the acting is good. The character of the son kind of annoyed the hell out of me, but I mean, overall, it's good. This is a very, very solid one. Like, if I was going to rate them, the first one is probably, in its genre, it's like an 8.5, a 9. Like, that movie was one of the best theater experiences I've ever had in my life. And then comparatively, this would be like a 7.5 or something. It's a good solid movie. Then the other one, which I watched, I have not watched the 4K yet, but Mortal Kombat. But I did see the movie. I watched this back when it was on HBO Max. This was surprisingly good. I actually kind of expected almost nothing from it, but I really enjoyed this. I mean, granted, I'm not like a huge Mortal Kombat fan, but I've played Mortal Kombat before. So I kind of liked the little Easter eggs. I thought they did some of the characters justice. This was a fun movie. This isn't no high art or anything like that, but it's fun. It's enjoyable. So next up, I'm going to go through a couple of the other not movie things, and then I'm going to finish up movies. So first, I'm going to show it on the screen, I don't know, sometime like now. This is a Tyler Stout screen print from Gray Matter Art, and I collect these. I absolutely love this. This is size 24 by 36. Huge fan of collecting these. I used to have a video up when it had the channel originally, so if people are interested, I would make like an updated this is screen print collection if people are looking forward to that. But I love collecting these. It's a collectible poster. I love it. Next up, picked up throughout the month, and this was actually shown quickly in my room tour video, but it's a pickup for the month, and I feel bad I haven't opened it and actually listened to it yet, but Nine Inch Nails Hesitation Marks vinyl. Just haven't gotten around to listening to it yet. I haven't put on a record the past couple of weeks, but I love Nine Inch Nails, so this was a definite purchase. Very cool. Very happy with that one, and it will go on the turntable at some point soon. Then next, I showed this book on Instagram, but show it here too. This is a book called Uncredited. I'll put a video in right now going through the pages so you get a rough idea what this is. But this book is actually about the people who did the intro credits, which many of them are uncredited. But besides Saul Bass and a couple other major ones, a lot of times the person that did the intro credits to movies weren't really credited. That wasn't an important role. But yeah, graphic design in movies is very important, and I am actually going to school for graphic design, so I thought this was a very cool book to pick up. Happy to have it, and it's a pretty cool read so far. I've made it through like probably about 50 pages. A lot of really cool art in it. Before leaving the reading section and heading over back to the movies, actually, these aren't pickups, but I did read them both in July, so I want to mention, just because if you're a reader watching this, I can't recommend either of these enough. Read If Chins Could Kill and Hail to the Chin, both Bruce Campbell books. If you're a fan of not just Bruce Campbell, but if you like the idea of knowing about the life of a smaller B-rated actor, one that isn't some mega star, this is a really cool read, both of them. This will cover up until about his time in, I think it was not even Xena, Hercules. This covers about to his time in Hercules, and then this picks up and takes it to relatively current. This was published in 2017, so it's pretty current. Both the books give an excellent insight into just the life of an actor of this caliber. It's very interesting. Just hearing his trying to break into Hollywood and then pretty much saying screw Hollywood. It's very good. Both of them. I can't recommend them enough. Actually, the audiobooks, they're narrated by him. Thumbs up. Next, to keep with the Bruce Campbell theme, we have Sam Raimi's Quick and the Dead 4K. I've seen this movie like ages ago, but I don't even remember it. So I was thinking about watching this and Tombstone back to back, go with modernish westerns. But I'm looking forward to seeing this. This is Sam Raimi, which is why I make the connection to Bruce. Bruce actually is either in most of Sam's movies or has a connection to them. Like on this one, he showed up to the set and just wanted to visit Sam, had no intention on anything. And Sam actually put him in a scene with another actor, but only for the purpose of coaxing that actor to make his acting better and to get him more into the role. So Bruce was filmed, but his scene is not actually in the movie. And it's really cool. The whole buddy rivalry thing going on with Sam and Bruce. It's a blast. So I'm looking forward to checking this out. Seeing again, like I said, this is like 1995. I don't remember jack from this movie. Okay, so next up, I have a bunch of just standard studio release stuff. Nothing special, but I've seen most of these. And I'll start it off with A Monster Calls. This was recommended by PlatX2 over on one of his videos. I picked this up for $4.99, and it looks good. I'll hopefully check this out soon. Got the Penny Marshall classic Big for $3.99. I seen this a long time ago. I need to give it a rewatch. But over the past year, 2 years, we've been kind of sporadically throwing in a bunch of classic Tom Hanks, so this will have to get thrown in. Okay, so next up we've got Wrath of Man, which is a Guy Ritchie film from earlier in the year. I liked this one quite a bit. I haven't watched the Blu-ray yet, still sealed, but I did go to the theater and see this, and I enjoyed it quite a bit. It's a revenge flick with Statham, but it's not like a typical Guy Ritchie, and it's not this action-packed movie like a lot of Statham movies are. It's a slower, interweaving story. It's pretty cool how it plays out. There is some good action in it. You get Josh Hartnett in a pretty cool role. I mean, I haven't really seen Hartnett much, so that was kind of cool to see him come around in this. This is definitely worth seeing. I think if you like Guy Ritchie movies, you'll appreciate what it is, even if it is different than his other stuff. So next up, we got the RoboCop trilogy. I would have swore to you I owned these. Like, I was pretty damn sure, like 100% sure I owned these movies. And then it was on sale for $9.99 on Amazon. So I figured I should check the app just to make sure. Turns out I didn't. So that was kind of weird. I would like to get the 4K for the first one from Arrow. I know there's better editions of 2 and 3. But for now, until I get to those, if I get to those, I'll have these. So I'm happy with it. The first one's a classic. The other two, they exist. But $9.99 was a deal on that. So one of my favorite genres or subgenres out there is treasure hunting movies. I love stuff like Indiana Jones and Goonies, and I even enjoyed the Paul Walker movie Into the Blue. Like, I just enjoy the searching for treasure while the bad guy is trying to get to it too. The National Treasures, those are another great treasure hunting movies. But this is a good one. I haven't seen it in a long time. And when I ran across this for, what was it, $1.99 or something like that, I had to pick it up. And that is Sahara. So it's been quite a while, but I remember really digging this. I like McConaughey, Steve Zahn. You don't really see him much anymore. Penelope Cruz, good cast. If I remember right, this was like a knockout Blu-ray. Like, it looked really good, but it's been a long time. Hopefully I'll get around to it relatively soon, give it a rewatch and see if it still holds up to what's in my mind. Okay, for my next statement, I'm going to sound like, old man yelling at the sky here, but comedy is not the same, and comedy is not as good as it used to be. I know comedy is super subjective, and I love dumb comedies too, but comedy was just a different style back in the 80s, early 90s, and one that I love that, again, I thought I owned, but I didn't, and that is Major League with Charlie Sheen. I enjoy the hell out of this movie. This is a great cast, having a lot of fun. Good baseball movie in general, which weird. I don't even like sports for the most part besides watching racing, but I love sports movies, and this is an excellent sports movie. You'll have a lot of fun watching this. Like I said, great cast. So if you don't have Major League or haven't seen it, definitely check it out. The sequels, pass, but this one, great. Next up is one that I thought I owned, but I actually only owned the DVD, so it was kind of cool to run across the Blu-ray for, I think this was $2 or something like that, and that is Puncture, which is a little more of an unknown Chris Evans role. He plays a drug-addicted lawyer, and he's taking on a case pretty much against big pharma, and there's pharmaceutical needles, and a nurse that contracts HIV, and it's a really good thriller drama. I enjoyed it a lot. Evans puts on a fantastic performance in it. I got to give it a rewatch to remember all the plot points, because I saw this when it first came out, and that is, 2011, so it's 10 years ago now. It needs a rewatch, but I remember loving it. I remember good twists and turns, and Evans being great. I mean, Evans is pretty much always great. But yeah, definitely check this one out. There is way more to Chris Evans than just being Captain America. He has so many good roles in his career, but just Captain America's his legacy anymore, I guess. All right, if you've been watching still, thanks for holding in. We only got 2 more Blu-ray to show, 1 DVD, and then we're done. So I'll make these quick because they're pretty much the same thing here. We got the original Star Trek movies, and we've got the Picard set, which this is actually a mix of Next Generation movies and episodes from the show. But this was 10, and this was 9. I like Star Trek quite a bit, but these ones, I don't know if I'm going to grab the 4Ks because I don't know. I don't love the original cast and crew quite as much as I love Next Generation. And these, I swore I thought I owned them. Again, didn't. But if these get 4K releases, I'm absolutely jumping on these. But for now, this is a pretty cool set. So this has 2 episodes, Best of Both Worlds and Chain of Command, and then it's Star Trek Next Generation, or Star Trek Generations, First Contact, Insurrection, and Nemesis. So very cool, getting both of those for under 20 bucks. Happy with that. And then the last thing, and we're done, is The Adventures of Tintin Season 1 DVD for $1.44 from Big Lots. I checked out Big Lots and they didn't really have too much really there, but this was such a cool one to run across. I remember watching Tintin when I was younger. I gotta see if they've released all the rest of the seasons. I've definitely got to pick them up. This was really cool. Hopefully they made the other seasons, because for it to make it to Big Lots means it probably doesn't sell too great. But yeah, very cool. If you like Tintin, check out Big Lots. I was almost gonna say Best Buy. Check out Big Lots and they might have it. So that is everything that's notable for July. I appreciate you watching to this point if you're still watching. And yeah, leave a comment, like the video, subscribe to the channel if you're not already, and give me a follow at my Instagram, which again, I post everything I get over there. This is just going to be the notable stuff. So yeah, again, I appreciate it, and I will see you in the next one.